Imagine this. You're standing in a sunlit village square, music playing, spices in the air, and families gathered for something that feels festive. But behind the smiles, there's something deeper going on. All around the world, traditions shape the way people live, love, and make decisions about marriage, sometimes in ways that feel completely foreign to us. In some places, marriage isn't just about love. It's about price tags, negotiations, and generations of cultural expectations, where young women are introduced like stars on a stage and families quietly calculate the cost of a future. Sounds wild? Maybe, but it's real, and it's happening right now. In today's journey with Unseen Realms, we're taking you into 10 countries where the idea of buying a bride still exists, not as a cliche, but as a complicated, deeply rooted tradition. Some say it's outdated, others say it's survival. What we found was far more human than either. From dusty village markets in Eastern Europe to gleaming city skylines in Asia, you'll hear stories of hope, resilience, and what it really means to look for love across borders. So if you're curious about how culture, economics, and connection all collide in the most unexpected places, you're in the right place. This is Unseen Realms, where we uncover the world's untold stories. And trust me, this one you won't forget. Bulgaria, the Gypsy Bride Market. Imagine this. It's a crisp spring morning in Bulgaria, the first Saturday of Orthodox Lent. You're standing in the open square of Stara Zagora, and the place is buzzing, like a festival come alive. Music spills from speakers, food sizzles on grills, and young women, dressed in sequins, lace, and heirloom jewelry, begin to gather. This is no ordinary celebration. This is the Gypsy Bride Market, a tradition kept alive by the Kaladaji community for generations. Here, beauty meets business. Mothers beam proudly beside their daughters, while families stroll by, observing, negotiating, even bargaining. Because yes, behind the laughter and dancing, prices are being discussed. The going rate? Somewhere between $7,500 and $11,000, sometimes more for the most desirable matches. Blonde hair? Green eyes? Still a premium. Virginity? It's still part of the unspoken scorecard. And yet, this isn't some cold transaction. It's cultural. It's a rite of passage, equal parts matchmaking and celebration of womanhood. Once upon a time, these marriages were strictly within the Roma community. But today, things are shifting. Smartphones and social media have opened new windows. Foreign suitors are showing up. DMs have replaced dowries. And Bulgarian women? They're not what stereotypes would have you believe. Sure, they might seem quiet at first, but spend 5 minutes at a family dinner and you'll see. They're warm, affectionate, full of quiet fire. They don't chase luxury, they chase loyalty. They see men as providers, yes, but not as wallets. They want presence, someone who shows up, who sticks around, who gets it. They carry themselves with grace, often effortlessly stylish, even in jeans and a simple tee. There's a certain European charm, a self-awareness, a softness paired with strength. So, would you walk through this market with us? Would you see beyond the glitter, the noise, the numbers? At Unseen Realms, we're not here to judge. We're here to understand, to bring you into spaces like this, where tradition meets modern love in the most unexpected ways. And as we leave Bulgaria's vibrant rituals behind, let's head east to a country where history has warped the balance between sons and daughters, changing everything about love, family, and the price of marriage. China, the legacy of one child in the search for love. China didn't mean for this to happen. Back in 1980, the government rolled out a one-child policy meant to curb population growth. What they didn't see coming was a future where there would be millions more sons than daughters. Decades later, that gender gap is haunting families, especially in the countryside. Too many men, not enough women, and suddenly finding a bride? It's no longer a quiet family affair. It's a high-stakes market. Today, bride prices in China average around $25,000, with wealthier provinces seeing that number climb to $50,000 or more. That's not a wedding, that's a transaction, driven by scarcity, tradition, and quiet desperation. Meanwhile, Chinese women are facing their own pressures. Hit your late 20s unmarried, and you're labeled Shangnu, a leftover woman. Careers and education don't always earn you respect in the matchmaking scene. So what do? They look outward. In 2021 alone, 549 women from Shanghai married foreigners, most through online matchmaking platforms. And here's the kicker: divorce rate, only 0.2%. It's not just about escaping pressure. It's about finding something more meaningful on their terms. Chinese women are known for loyalty, family devotion, and a quiet elegance. They're often educated, fluent in English, and possess a calm resilience that feels grounding. Many blend traditional values, like taking care of a home, with a modern outlook that surprises Western men. And let's be honest, their beauty doesn't go unnoticed. High cheekbones, luminous skin, graceful movements. Whether she's walking through a market or sipping tea in a cafe, she turns heads. But that's not what makes them stand out. What makes them unforgettable is how much they care. They show up for their families, their futures, and their partners with intention. So when you meet a Chinese woman on a dating platform, know this: she's not looking for flash. She's looking for commitment, connection, and a new chapter. Here at World Secrets TV, we don't just tell stories. We open windows into lives shaped by history, love, and transformation. India, $35. Brides and the quiet rebellion of love. India doesn't whisper, it sings. From the thunder of drums at weddings to the soft rustle of silk saris in alleyways, it's a country that moves to the rhythm of extremes. And its women? They're at the heart of every beat. Whether it's a classroom in Mumbai or a village square in Uttar Pradesh, Indian women are balancing tradition, ambition, and a hunger for something more. Let's start with the part that stuns most people. In some rural areas, marriages can be arranged for as little as $35. Not dowries, not lavish ceremonies. Just a quiet agreement between two families and a girl whose life is about to change. But that's only one side of the story. Step into India's cities and you'll meet women who speak fluent English, hold master's degrees, and devour global pop culture. They dance to Beyoncé and quote Gandhi in the same breath. They wear jeans by day and lehengas by night, fluid, modern, unafraid. But here's the twist. Despite their talents, only 9.4% of urban Indian women are in the workforce. Opportunities remain scarce. So many of them are looking outward for love, for freedom, for a future where they can breathe fully. Online platforms have become their escape hatch. And for about $3,000, Western suitors are making the trip, booking flights, cozy hotels, and a seat at the family dinner table, where the air smells like turmeric and jasmine. And these women, they're ready. They're not chasing status or a green card. They're chasing partnership, something deeper than tradition ever promised them. They want someone who sees both the girl in the sari and the woman behind the eyes. Imagine meeting her in Mumbai. She brushes a lock of hair behind her ear as she pours you chai. She laughs easily, but listen closely and you'll hear it. The quiet rebellion in her voice. The desire to write her own story. She's not looking for a prince. She's looking for a place to land where her love is met with equal respect. These aren't brides for sale. They're women on the edge of transformation, merging ancient culture with modern courage. And the world? It's just beginning to notice. Afghanistan, where love is negotiated and strength wears silence. Step into Afghanistan and you'll feel it instantly. Not just the mountains, though they're breathtaking, wild, untamed. Not just the ancient villages clinging to cliffs or the markets glowing at dusk. No, what you'll feel first is the weight of tradition. Here, marriage isn't swiped into existence. It's negotiated, quietly, formally, and always as a family affair. Picture this, two families sitting cross-legged on floor cushions, steam rising from cups of chai, and in the center, a bride price, often around $10,000, being discussed with the same seriousness as a business deal. The girl's age, her beauty, her reputation, even her skills, they're all part of the equation. But don't mistake this for coldness. To them, this is heritage, a ritual of honor, commitment, and responsibility passed down for generations. The young women in these homes, they're reserved, yes. But behind the soft tone and lowered eyes is an unshakable core. They're the ones who prepare the pilaf that fills the house with comfort, who weave rugs that carry the patterns of history, who stitch strength into every corner of their home. They've lived through war, scarcity, and silence. But they've also learned to dream, quietly, defiantly. More and more, these women are turning their gaze outward, to men abroad who might offer something rare: freedom, stability, a voice. They're not chasing luxury or escape. They're hoping for a life where love is not arranged, but chosen. Imagine sitting across from one in a shaded courtyard, drinking tea from chipped porcelain. She tells you, in halting English, about her village, her dreams, the way she wants to raise her children. And you realize, this is strength in its most unspoken form. Afghanistan's women are not just survivors. They are keepers of culture, builders of hope, and quiet warriors of love. Their world may feel distant from yours, but their dreams, they're closer than you think. Egypt, where queens once ruled, and grace still endures. You're standing in Cairo. The call to prayer echoes across rooftops, while the golden sun dips behind the silhouette of the pyramids. The streets pulse with history, layered, alive, and at times overwhelming. And among it all, you see her. Hair dark and flowing, eyes that hold centuries of stories, deep browns, or sometimes the surprise of hazel or green. Her face might remind you of Cleopatra, not because she's trying, but because there's something timeless in the way she carries herself. Effortless beauty, impossible to ignore. This is Egypt, a land of contrasts, ancient wonders, and modern hustle. And its women, they carry both in their bones. Some still swipe on a hint of blue eyeshadow, a nod to their royal lineage, but many don't need makeup at all. They radiate a kind of confidence that isn't loud, but settles deep into the room, making everyone pause. But behind the charm, behind the family feasts and lively wedding dances, lies a truth that's harder to tell. In many corners of Egypt, life is still shaped by patriarchy. Opportunities for women can be scarce, and in some cases, especially in rural areas, families accept around $2,000 from suitors, often from Gulf nations, in exchange for their daughters' hands. It's not romance, it's survival. While laws exist to stop these arrangements, enforcement is spotty, and so the practice lingers. Quiet, persistent, born from hardship more than tradition. But Egyptian women, they are not passive participants in this story. They are the heartbeat of their homes, the glue that holds generations together. Imagine walking into a Cairo apartment filled with the smell of koshery simmering in the kitchen. She's calm in the chaos, soothing conflict with a single look, turning an ordinary dinner into a celebration with her energy. She's the kind of woman who can host a party on short notice, hold a conversation in 2 languages, and still ask you how your mother is doing, and mean it. Yet many of them are looking outward, to Europe, to the US, not just for love, but for something deeper. Respect, partnership, a future built on choice. They don't want to run, they want to be seen, to be part of a story where they're not boxed in by expectations, but lifted by possibility. At Unseen Realms, we've met Egyptian women who are soft-spoken, but fiercely hopeful, who bridge ancient tradition and modern ambition gracefully. So the next time you walk through Khan el Khalili Market or drift along the Nile, imagine doing it with her, a woman who carries the soul of Egypt in her smile. Coming up next, we head north to the Baltic, where sharp minds and long-legged elegance redefine what it means to be unforgettable. Vietnam doesn't shout, it whispers. With lantern-lit alleys, steaming bowls of pho, and voices soft as silk, but strong as stone. And its women, they live in that balance between quiet tradition and modern ambition. You may not think of Vietnam as a global hotspot for romance, but in 2019 alone, nearly 1,800 Vietnamese women received fiancé visas to the US. That's not a coincidence. That's a pattern, and a story worth listening to. What's it cost to come here and meet someone? Somewhere between $800 and $2,000. Flights, a modest hotel, a few shared meals, and maybe something deeper. But what you gain, that's harder to put a price on. These women aren't chasing fairy tales. They're the backbone of their families, working jobs, raising siblings, cooking dinner, and still saving for tomorrow. They're flexible, grounded, and resilient in the softest way. A small argument, they let it pass. A long day, they smile anyway. They've been taught that love isn't loud, it's steady. And physically, they're luminous. Snow-pale skin, like porcelain in morning light. Slim builds that move like water. Long black hair, flowing, like calligraphy in motion. But it's not just their beauty, it's their attention to detail, their hygiene, their quiet confidence. Walk into any market in Hanoi or Hue, and you'll find entire sections dedicated to skincare and beauty. Looking good? It's not vanity, it's self-respect. And yet, they're not stuck in the past. Vietnamese women are smart. With a female literacy rate near 99%, they're educated, articulate, and curious about the world. They'll talk to you about ancient pagodas or K-pop and flip between tradition and modern culture like it's second nature. They dream of Western countries, not just for what they offer, but for what they represent: freedom, partnership, a life where they can be both soft and strong. Imagine walking through Hoi An's lantern-lit streets with her. She gently tugs your hand toward a food stall you would have missed. She orders in Vietnamese, then turns to you with a smile and says, "Try this. It's not fancy, but it's home." That's the magic. Not the fantasy of escape, but the reality of belonging. Vietnamese women don't just marry out of need. They marry with hope. Hope for a family, for love that listens, and for a future that welcomes all the parts of who they are. Cultural tradition in the most unexpected ways. Welcome to Malaysia. Malaysia, where cultures collide and hearts connect. Picture this. The sun is setting behind the skyline of Kuala Lumpur. Golden light spills between gleaming towers and colonial rooftops. You're strolling through a night market where the air is thick with the scent of curry, coconut, and clove. And walking beside you, a woman whose presence is as warm and magnetic as the country itself. Welcome to Malaysia, a country where diversity isn't just a word, it's a way of life. Malay, Chinese, Indian, and indigenous cultures blend into something deeply unique. And the women here? They reflect that magic. Some are of Chinese descent, open-minded, globally curious, sipping jasmine tea while swapping stories about Western pop culture. Others are ethnic Malay, deeply rooted in tradition, running households with the grace of dancers and the precision of chefs. And yet, both carry something universal: warmth, strength, and a fierce loyalty to family. Whether she's cooking up a storm, guiding you through a crowded food stall alley, or laughing at your awkward chopstick skills, a Malaysian woman has a way of making you feel seen, not just admired, but understood. So how do people meet them? Well, with just $500, you can join online platforms that connect Western men with Malaysian women looking for meaningful relationships. Want to go deeper? For about $2,000, you could fly in, stay for a week, and meet her family over satay and fresh coconut water. And trust us, it's an experience that lingers long after the flight home. But let's talk about why these women look beyond their borders. Despite its economic growth, Malaysia still has gaps. Not everyone gets an equal piece of the pie. Many women come from modest backgrounds, where opportunity is limited and tradition can weigh heavy. Some seek partners who treat them as equals, not just helpers or homemakers. They're low maintenance, emotionally grounded, and often prefer a quiet dinner at home to flashy gestures. If you're late, no drama, just a soft laugh and a "don't worry about it." And in terms of beauty, think sun-kissed skin, flowing dark hair, expressive brown eyes. Whether she's in a traditional baju kurung or ripped jeans, her style is effortless. But it's her kindness, not her clothes, that stays with you. At Unseen Realms, we've seen how Malaysia's women don't chase wealth, they chase respect. And in return, they offer loyalty, family, and a sense of peace. So whether you're sipping tea in Penang, hiking in Sabah, or just soaking in the rhythm of a street market, having a Malaysian woman by your side makes everything feel like home. Coming up next, we head to Egypt, a land where queens once ruled, and today's women still carry the quiet power of generations past. South Africa, Lobola, legacy, and love across borders. The first thing you'll notice in South Africa isn't the landscape, not the jagged peaks of the Drakensberg Mountains, not even the ocean crashing into Cape Town's shores. It's the rhythm of voices, of footsteps, of families gathering around fire pits, telling stories late into the night. And in that rhythm, there's a tradition that still shapes love today: Lobola. Long before dating apps and romantic getaways, love here was earned in cattle. A groom would offer livestock to a bride's family, not as a purchase, but as a sign of respect, of seriousness, of devotion. Today, the cattle have been replaced by cash, an average of $7,000. And the negotiations? They still happen face-to-face, over long conversations filled with laughter, pride, and sometimes tears. By 22, most women are part of this legacy. They're toasted at weddings filled with music, ululation, and joy that feels ancient and alive at once. But for women past their early 20s, the local dating scene gets thin. So more and more are looking outward, to Europe, the US, and beyond. And what do they bring with them? Everything. Zulu-descended women with deep ebony skin and a grace that feels royal. Afrikaner women with soft features and a fire in their eyes. Cape-colored women, blending histories in their DNA like music blends notes. They're resilient, shaped by a country with a turbulent past and a proud future. They know how to keep a home buzzing, how to host a braai that could rival any backyard barbecue in Texas. They cook, they care, they carry generations on their backs. But they also crave connection, not control. They're not looking for a savior. They're looking for someone who meets them with presence, equality, and joy. And Lobola? It's not a price tag, it's a bond, a symbol that two families are saying yes together. Imagine attending a South African wedding. The beat drops, everyone's dancing, even the elders are moving with joy. And in the middle of it all, she's smiling at you because you showed up for real. These women bring that same zest, generosity, and groundedness into everything they do. So what would your South African story look like? A drive through wine country? A pot of boerewors shared under the stars? Whatever it is, it won't be quiet. It'll be vivid, real, and worth remembering. Latvia, where intelligence meets elegance in the Baltic light. Welcome to Latvia, a small Baltic nation tucked between forest and sea, where ancient castles rise beside sleek cafes and cobblestone alleys wind through stories waiting to be told. Here, there's a different kind of beauty. It's not just about looks, though the women here turn heads, no question. You'll see it instantly. Towering heights, flawless skin, long blonde or chestnut hair that seems to shimmer under that pale Nordic sun. But what truly stuns you isn't what you see, it's how they think. Latvian women are razor sharp. Their education system, one of the strongest in the region. These women debate politics over dinner and quote literature with ease. They speak multiple languages, and yes, they can school you in economics just as easily as they can light up a room in heels. Brains and beauty. And for a long time, this wasn't widely known outside Europe. But that's changing. There are more women than men in Latvia, creating a social imbalance that's pushed many women to look abroad for love. And they're not shy about it. Dating platforms are booming. For around $4,000 to $6,000, you can cover everything. Online memberships, a trip to Riga, visa help, and hotel stays. In 2023 alone, over 650 Latvian women received fiancé visas to start new lives overseas. And guess what? Most were in their mid-20s, educated, driven, and ready to build something real. They're not just chasing a new address, they're chasing a life where they're heard, supported, and seen. Imagine this, you're walking through Riga's old town at dusk. She's pointing out a centuries-old cathedral, her hand in yours, her laughter echoing down the alley. She's witty, curious, and somehow makes you feel both at home and on an adventure. That's the Latvian charm. They're deeply rooted in family, yet eager to explore the world. They want partnership, not to be rescued, but to rise with someone who gets them. At World Secrets TV, we believe in telling stories that shatter cliches. And Latvia, it's not just cold forests and medieval rooftops. It's a place where women carry quiet power, ready to meet someone who values their fire. Next stop, South Korea. Beauty, pressure, and the new face of love. South Korea feels like the future. LED-lit skylines, cafes with robot baristas, flawless skincare routines, and fashion weeks on sidewalks. But beneath the gloss, something more complex is unfolding. Birth rates are plummeting, marriage rates too, and a quiet rebellion is reshaping everything, especially for women. In rural provinces, men can't find local wives. Many turn to foreign brides, but they often can't afford them. So the government steps in, offering cash incentives just to help them tie the knot. Meanwhile, Korean women are swiping past borders, logging into global dating platforms that cost upwards of $1,500, and booking trips as high as $6,000 just to meet someone real. Why? Because being a woman in South Korea today means walking a tightrope. You're expected to be everything at once: career woman, perfect wife, dedicated mom, all while looking like a K-drama star and living in a sky-high apartment in Seoul. And the pressure? It's breaking people. In 2018, digital sex crimes exploded. Hidden cameras, leaked photos, shattered trust. By 2021, reported cases topped 10,000. Protests swept the streets, and women, once silent, started speaking out. Feminism in South Korea is no longer a whisper, it's a wave. A wave that's pushing many women to look west, not for rescue, but for respect. And let's be honest, South Korean women are showstoppers. Big eyes, flawless skin, and a beauty industry that turns self-care into an art form. But that's just the surface. They're brilliant, highly educated, globally minded, and, once past the shy exterior, sharp as glass. Years ago, marrying a foreigner was taboo. Today, it's a statement, a choice, a way to build a life, not scripted by old rules. Imagine sharing soju beneath Seoul's neon skyline. She leans in, not just with beauty, but with insight, telling you about her job, her dreams, her favorite indie band you've never heard of. This isn't a mail-order fantasy. This is a woman who's choosing herself first and inviting you to walk beside her. From Bulgaria's bride markets to Seoul's digital frontiers, we've seen how culture, economics, and emotion all shape the way people find love. For some, it starts with tradition. For others, with a longing for freedom. But for all the women in this journey, one truth remains. They're not being bought. They're building futures on their own terms. So, which story moved you most? Which country surprised you? Let us know in the comments. And if you haven't already, subscribe to World Secrets TV for more stories from the hidden corners of our planet. Because the world isn't just big, it's complicated, beautiful, and deeply human.